late night fucking reading. I don't even know where this is going to go. It's going to go somewhere deep. What's up, everyone? I am the High Priestess Phoenix. I am the Lilith reincarnated, a great many things. I'm going to save my breath with all that fucking intro bullshit. And just know I'm very mystical and God's chosen. In order to keep up with me, you had to see what I post on my community page, my latest live video, and anything in my shorts. Right as I was getting ready to get extremely comfortable and call it a night, I saw that Joe Bart had uploaded a video about memories. And so, who are you without your memory? And I posted, a conversation, a couple lines about it, but it really is the worst. I said that in one of my last live videos. I was like, Sheila Nagig's going to bring up memories. This is going to come with memories. This part of the story I don't talk too much about, but I do talk about, but I don't talk too much about. I can't say I lost all my memories because I don't know if I ever had them. I can't tell you that. I have a memory of my brother. He used to sit with me on my porch. He lived with me for a while. And he used to always tell stories. He'd like, hey, fool, remember that time? And I wouldn't remember. He would do it all the time, though. I have many memories of him doing this stupid shit where he would talk about an old story and I wouldn't remember it. And he'd keep going on with details. My brother has lots of stories because it was me and him. It was just us. So he has tons of these stories, and we would sit there and we'd get high, and he'd try to relive these stories through me, but I couldn't remember them. And I never thought anything about it. He would just go on, and I would just be like, nah, I don't remember. And I have these faint memories of people doing that, trying to get me to remember a story that I couldn't remember. It never meant anything until my awakening. What happened? Bobby. He showed up in my DMs after I had released a song. He's like, I saw your song. Congratulations. It's really great that you're living out your dream. It's a good song. And then, after some small talk, he said some shit like, I always think about the times. And I'm like, what is he talking about? What times? I just ask him. And he hints towards the fact that we hooked up. And I don't remember him like this. I remember that I worked with him. That's it. I don't remember this. And so this moment, this is when the awakening happens. It happens in this moment, in this conversation. For me, this is when it happens. I try to remember him, and I can't. And because he's talking about sex, naturally the jump of the mind was, I can't remember him. So I started to try to remember my ex-husband, and I can't remember him. I can't remember any sexual memories. And then the quick jump of the thought is to go to the first husband. I have no sexual memories. And then I start right away, the thoughts are going real fast. What about my kids? And I can't remember their childhoods, not any of the four. And I was like, holy shit, where's my brother? Where's my mother? Why am I all alone? And it happened so fast while I'm in the middle of a conversation with him. I realized all of a sudden I have no fucking memory. And he's sitting there, keeping the conversation going. He's like, I'd really like to see you. And that's when everything breaks. Something happens inside me when he says that. And I can remember sitting on the porch in this message, and I start to panic. I don't know if it's about what he says, but everything that's just happened. And I'm telling him, I'd really like to see him, but I don't think that's a good idea. And this is where it starts. The back and forth starts right now. There is a huge part of me that really wants to see him, but he's already just told me that he's married and all this stuff. So I feel that it's extremely inappropriate. And this is where it starts. And I get off the phone with him. It's just a conversation, through the DMs. And now I'm fucked. I'm sitting there trying to remember my life. I never tried before that. So as I say is I don't know if I had memories before that or if I ever tried to access them. I just naturally forgot shit. I started doing research. I only found it this year, the terminology for what happened to me. And they call it disassociated amnesia because the memories come back. Well, the tragic ones. And it's unbelievable because it's obviously I'm visualizing what happened to me, so it's considered a memory. This is old. It's already been done. It's stored information somewhere in my subconscious or in my conscious. But for me, I've never seen this before. So it's absolutely unbelievably alarming. I said in my last video, I was pissed off about some shit. And I was like, and Bobby keeps calling me fucking Lisa. I was like, what's wrong with that? I was like, it's just a shadow version of me that I don't know. And when you say that name, it's like you're calling me someone that I'm not. Now, people do it all the time around here because it's legally my name. I haven't formally introduced myself as anything else to them or even implied that. When I met Callie, when I meet certain people before they even know my name, I've given them. So those people call me Phoenix. I met her. I'm the High Priestess Phoenix. I'm on the 5th floor. I'm the witch. What was the witch's name? Phoenix. So that's how they remember. Some people can, other people don't. Then there's other people that knew me in a different way. They knew Lucky, right? It was Lucky. That was what people called me for years. That was my nickname for years, right? But then when I got into music, it was Lucky the Phoenix. But as they know me as Lucky, I know this is social. This is outside of corporate world or anywhere where I had to be professional, right? This was me introducing myself to people. If you know me as Lucky, then you knew me in a social atmosphere or in a no, it was guaranteed. You knew me from a social atmosphere. Whatever the case may be, I didn't know anything and that was the awakening, was trying to discover. Yeah, I had all these intense feelings for this guy that had just reached out to me and those feelings would come and haunt me in the quiet spaces of when I would finally stop worrying about what else I didn't know. I spent a lot of time trying to figure this all out, right? I went to doctors and shit. Started meditation. It's all in the videos. It'll be in the beginning of the documentary. And I sit down, and this is my first memory, or is what I know now as an astral travel to the time. So I'm sitting there and I'm in my first set of meditation and I close my eyes and I do this guided meditation that I've seen on YouTube. And I focus on my heart and I get the memory of Bobby. And it's a great thing. And I come out of it and I explain to him, dude, I tapped in and realized that I used to be in love with you. And for whatever reason, whatever happened, that's why I don't remember you. I guess I was heartbroken that it didn't work out. I'm going to try to figure this out. And then I went on my way. I didn't realize what that could have meant to him on the other side as a married man that may have still had feelings. I didn't realize a lot came later. Like, where did you even come from? How long have you been watching me? How did you find me? You know what I mean? All these questions came in later, but not right away. And then when I saw him, I finally got brave enough. I had to go against my pride. There was something that told me this is not right. You shouldn't be meeting up with this guy and this, that, and the other. But I had this intense desire to do so. Then as soon as I saw him, it was just like all hands on. And I was so appalled with my behavior. And I had no idea why I had acted in such a fucking crazy way.
Hands on.
Exactly, right? Shut up. Anyways. And it took me a long time to realize that this is, you know what I mean, that I felt that way. And this was just my pattern behavior was coming out that I was unaware of. This is how I acted with him. And I didn't even expect that to happen. And so this whole time, what I keep doing that people don't really pay attention to, and I try to tell them, is I have to allow myself to behave in whichever way I did, only to correct it later. I don't know how I'm going to react to things. I have no idea that this is about to happen to me. This is just a reflex of my personality disorder that will flare up anytime that it's triggered. And I'll sit there and see it happen and be just as appalled as you, but have to, remove myself and understand where the fuck did that just come from? What the fuck was that? It was extremely intense in the beginning because I was seeing it and trying to correct it all at the same time. And that could give you why a little bit of understanding why God pulled me out of my world. I couldn't maintain my world. It was crashing faster than I could even understand. I was just trying to maintain it, but my internal world. And when I ended up in the, in the ER having a panic attack, she said it so beautifully. The mind and the body can only hold so much pain. I had snapped and it was oozing out in memories over and like all day, every day. I would see a memory of something that happened to me and it would knock me the fuck out, bro. I couldn't believe this had happened to me. I was so ashamed. I didn't know how it happened. I couldn't even pick my head up. The only thing I could stand on is the fact that this is old and you got to get up. This is just an old thing. You're not in this. And that was my ability to keep pulling myself out of them. But as soon as I would pull myself up and be like, you're okay. You're all right, girlfriend. You are all right. I know this happened. I'd sit there and I'd have a cigarette and bam, here comes another tragic, fucked up, terrible, fucking traumatic memory, which is not a memory to me. It's the first time seeing myself being in these terrible positions and feeling what it felt like to be me in these positions. Some of you have active memories that you relive over and over. This is the first time for me, and I am like dying in this vision of what I went through. The glory in it is seeing that, knowing that I'm standing here today, and somehow I picked myself up out of that shit and got out of it. How did I make it through so much? Just that, the memory loss. The ability to forget things would happen is what saved me. The 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 collecting of the memories going forward is what makes me famous. I have to spend the rest of my life healing myself from what's already been done. I'm not even aware of fully of what it is. It just keeps coming. And as I said over and over, one day when it was calm and it felt like it had been done for a little while, when I'd been out of the dark night of the soul for a little while, I turned to my spirit guides and I asked them, when is it going to be done? When is it finally over? When I won't have to do this anymore. I won't have to face my pains. I won't have to keep going into the darkest place of my memories and get stuck in the blackest of night. And they look at each other like, this is the moment. We've got to tell her. And all heartfelt, they told me, in one simple word, 2, the marathon continues. Once you're done doing this, then we're all done. We're not going to leave you till it's done, but this is what we're here to do. It keeps the content going, right? My healing is an everlasting job until I'm done. So it keeps the content going of what I'm here to do. It aligns with my purpose. So I'll always be able to help people because I'm always helping myself. I don't try to go looking for shit, and I never did. I never tried to go looking for it, really. The only thing I ever tried to get was memories of Bobby. I just wanted to know who this guy was and why I felt this way about him. Or otherwise, I don't really go digging for memories. It's one of the scariest things is when somebody from my past comes up. Those are my biggest fears, and it can happen whenever, because I'm still in my home state. I'm not hidden somewhere where nobody knows me. People will recognize me, and even sometimes I'll recognize people. I don't know who they are, but I know them. I can recognize them. It's like I've seen you. I know that I know you. It happened one time I was at a hotel. I recognized this girl and she recognized me, but she knew me by Lisa. She's like, but I don't know where I know you from. And I was like, well, if you know my name, then it had to be work. She's like, TJI Fridays. And then she remembered before I did. And that's it. Sometimes I can remember based on, how you approach me. A little bit I can judge you and be like, okay, you met me at this time, I'm sure. Stuff like that. But you can be right in front of me and I don't know you. Now let's fast forward when baby daddy comes back for my daughter's birthday and he shows up at my house and I look him dead in his face and tell him I don't remember him. I'm curing from a personality disorder. I'm in the middle of a twin flame journey and I don't remember you. I like to keep it that way. That's one. But then you look at my oldest children and I have to turn to them and say, I don't remember any of this. I don't remember your childhood. I don't remember what happened. Even these kids, I don't remember. It's hard for people outside to blame you and hate you and judge you and cast all kinds of things on you when you don't even know. It's like I've been in so many positions where I'm crying in these people's face and telling them I'm sorry. I just don't remember. Like they really want me to feel like they feel for whatever I said or did. And I just have to take it at face value and feel bad with them. Most of it. I can tell that they're hurt by me. And I have to just take it, bro, and apologize for it. And I mean, most of it I don't. It's a natural reflex inside of me to forget. I was afraid that I would forget intimate moments because I have no memories. So I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to go and put all this work into an intimate moment and then lose the thought. But when things get too hard, I just am like, I tell my mind, and my mind is all powerful. Like, I just want to forget this. And it knows how to make me forget it. But it doesn't really, because the shit keeps coming back. I mean, it did somehow. They're stored somewhere in there. They're hidden in a secret place. And that's what we call as the dark night of the soul. You get in there and you find parts of you that you've long forgotten, that you've hid from yourself and from others out of shame, embarrassment, all kinds of different reasons. I specialize in that because that's where I live. My whole identity is inside of there. In order to find out what's wrong with me or why I do the things I do or what's keeping me from where I'm going or any of that, it's hidden in there. It's in the darkest parts of my mind. I don't go in there unless I'm forced. And when I'm forced is something outside of me makes me feel or remember. I can't always remember, but through the feeling, I can remember. I'll focus on the feeling. Why do I feel like this? What's wrong with me? What am I bothered by? And then, if I dig long enough, I'll see the memory. I have absolutely no sexual memories except for the new ones I've created in the last year. Nothing before that. Despite him coming to my house and me being all hands on, I completely forgot it within the moment he left my door. I knew I had done it. I knew I had just did it, but I couldn't see it. I blacked it out immediately. I was afraid that would happen again. I would just keep blacking out situations because it was an auto reflex. But there is some stuff that I do, and that's why it's important for me to sit down on a Monday and Kobe to remind me of what happened last week. Because the weeks become the months and the months become the years, and I've been at this for 3 years. Only when I go back and look at that footage do I remember. I have to be reminded of a lot of shit. And especially when my current reality is always so changing and so busy. It's like, I don't remember what the fuck I did yesterday. I don't even remember what yesterday was. If I didn't document everything, I wouldn't know, because it just keeps going and going. It's like a video diary to myself. And I can look back. I watch my videos as much as I can. Not immediately, but pretty fucking fast. Because as I'm talking, I'm not listening, I'm talking. So then when I put this down, I go and I listen to what I said. Yeah, I was talking to you, but there's more that came out in there. I came out in there aside from God's words. I was in there too. And I can hear myself. I can hear my, you know what I mean? That's where I was like, I heard myself say that. I heard myself say this. I've heard myself, you know what I mean? The quiet self speaks. So that's where it is. You know what I mean? When I went back to that video and I listened to 11:11, I was so scared and I was so mad and I was so angry about this. I can go back to these videos, I can relive these days. It's important because I can't go back and relive other days. Only when they're triggered and they're not good memories. I mean, occasionally I'll remember some good shit and I'll tell you, I'm getting this memory, but not usually. And even if I get it as quick as I get it, it's gone. Again, my mind has to be completely open. It wouldn't let me. I kept trying to understand who Bobby was. My mind knew. It wouldn't tell me. It was trying to protect me. It's always trying to protect me from being hurt because that's what it's supposed to do. The mind is trying to protect you. And so, you know what I mean? When I get too close to something, it'll try to protect me. And then you put that and the Holy Spirit, and it's like, you guys are blinding me from shit. Like, you're not protecting me. You're keeping me dumb. Like, seriously dumb right now. Really? Some stuff. And that's when you have those moments. It's like, why didn't I see this? You didn't want to. Those fucking Fridays where all the red flags show up, it's like you see a different perspective. And then all of a sudden you see all the red flags that led up to this that you didn't see before that. It's kind of maddening, to be honest. I guess for you, it's just like watching home videos, or at least just sitting there and scrolling through your own memories in your head. My memories are triggered by Google's photos, Facebook posts, Instagram's, you know what I mean, stories. And only since I started all this, you know what I mean? Thank goodness for the old ones like Facebook. It'll bring up years and years ago where I can remember shit. I rely on that shit. I don't go looking through it. I wait till it just comes and I'll bravely open this folder. It's like, we have a new memory for you. Oh, this should be great. They're not always great. They really aren't. They take me to a harsh place in my time in life. But the greatness is realizing how strong I was to endure and overcome such things. I tell these stories, these wicked ass fucking stories, bro. You know what I mean? Like, there's Colorado natives that they cried thinking about their parents being drugged down Colfax, bro. They cried to my stories because they know stories they could never tell. You know what I mean? I tell these stories about Tijuana, about the drugs, about everything, dude. I tell the things that nobody ever told before. But imagine that's what was hidden in me. I was dying with all kinds of secrets of pain and suffering, experiences I could tell nobody. Trying to walk around with unbelievable masks, trying to hide what has been done to me. I understand you guys more than you'll ever know because I was the worst version of what you were. To shut down is to become what I was. I was a shell of a person. My ego had taken over and it had created a life for me and a perception of what my life was, and I lived in this fairy tale world. How long? Let's see. I think it was probably, I want to say 6 to 8 weeks. It took me to sort through the egos, the altered egos. There was different versions of myself that saw life and that lived through life, aged different, you know what I mean? And then there's my most dominant, which is the masculine side of me. There's the man side. Then there was altered egos of female sides. Right? Very different in personalities. And so any day of the week, it could be anyone that woke up and wanted to be, as they say in that disorder, in the light. I
Cool,
look
friends.
back and I'm like, how did people not see it? It was so visible. I would literally look from night to day. You know what I mean? Based on my outfits and my hair and what I was doing. It's like I literally put on a different suit, a different personality that was visible. You could tell the difference in who I was being. I thought so. But they couldn't. They just assumed I was bipolar because I was cool and then I was crazy. And so they didn't see all the different levels of crazy, the 50 shades of gray I had going, or at least the 7 fucking personality disorders I was dealing with. And it's like, I have no idea who the fuck. It's so weird. It's so weird. It's like, I have no idea who was sleeping with you, dude. I asked him, I was like, how many times did we hook up? He's like 10 or 11. Which part of me slept with you 10 or 11 times? Where's those memories? Who's that girl? Are you fucking kidding me? But then I looked at my husbands. I'd been with them for 8 to 10 years. Who the fuck was fucking you? Who the fuck made your breakfast? Who the fuck was in your bed with you? Did I shower with you? What other things did we do? I don't want to know. Are you serious? I have no fucking memories of it. The only thing that comes back are the tragic ones, and that's what holds me back. It's like, oh. So that's why God wants to give me brand new experiences, because I don't have, if I did have good ones, I don't really have the memories of those. He wants to give me a whole brand new experience. I have unbelievable, terrorizing fucking nightmares of what it meant to be in a relationship based on my 2 ex-husbands. I have terrible nightmare experiences of what a family was, or even fucking being a mother, because it was just terrorizing. The pregnancies. I was beat through both of my pregnancies with both of these children. He was a maniac, bro. He was so very physical. Why does that come back? Because I hid it. I was embarrassed. He was like 10 years younger than me and had no right putting his hands on me, and the fact that I was letting him beat the shit out of me was embarrassing. Why were you doing it? I don't know. I sit there and wonder, why didn't you whoop his ass? And then when I got older, or when I got separated and I told my siblings, they fucking could not believe it. They know gangster me. They did not know me to be that woman. But I remember just sitting there, just taking it, not fighting back, not stirring up shit, doing whatever he said just to keep the peace. He was crazy, bro. He didn't look it. He just snapped. He was just a whole version of snap. There's a memory that I can never get out of my head. It was right before I left Pennsylvania. That's why. He just would be, I don't remember, dude, but he tried to get close to me. And I told him in a kind way, but maybe not. I don't know. I was like, you need to take a shower. And I remember him grabbing me by the throat and almost like killing me, dude, like raising me up against the wall for just that comment. What was it? He really hadn't been taking care of himself. He might have been high on drugs for a couple days. And that's it too. I was so disassociated that I didn't realize these guys were really on drugs and cheating and doing all kinds of things. I was walking on eggshells. I wasn't reading between the lines. I was just trying to, you know what I mean? I don't know. I wasn't mentally, you know what I mean, aware of what was happening. It's like, why didn't you know they were cheating? Why didn't you know about the other girls, the kids, the nothing? There's a lot I didn't know, and I can only forgive myself. And then I look back now and it's like all the evidence was there, but I wasn't there, not mentally. How could you be with that kind of disorder? You know what I mean? My mind would just shut down every time something would happen. I'd just go blank, fucking blank, man. A whole fucking, and I have these memories of just moving through the house quietly, like getting it all prepared. And then when he was there, like hiding with the kids in the room, or going to hide in the room, or going to just always running from him. Why? I don't know. Why would you live like that? I have these, they're just not good memories. And so those are what stand in my way. It's like, All right, let's try to think about what it would be like to be with a dude. And these are the memories that get in my head, bro. Oh God, I'm never gonna do this. I'm never gonna make it through with these kind of. So it's like, damn, it'd almost be better if I had none and started fresh, and it was just all exhilarating and scary. No, it's scary, not very exhilarating, just scary. And they're flashes. Shit just happens. Really? Yeah. Here's a really terrible one. I didn't expect it to happen, but I used to say this. I don't want to go to have sex with some guy and he pulls down his pants and I just start crying at the very image of his dick because of my trauma. Right? So then I get a dick pic in my fucking phone and I lose it. And all of a sudden I get this it's a very fuzzy memory.
Oh, do you remember one of their peepees?
No, well, I don't know whose or what it was. And that's where it is most people can remember their sex partners. They can remember. I cannot, I swear to God, on everything holy, put a Bible in front of me. For the life of me, I cannot tell you what Bobby looks like. I forget his face the second he's gone. He's like, it's like seeing him for the first time every time. I have to look up old ass pictures to remember what he kind of looks like. But he doesn't look like that. Are you serious? Yeah, I can lose it so fast, dude. I can totally forget everything so fast.
Can I take a selfie with them?
Yeah, I'm sure that's. Oh, God. I'm going to hurt myself right now. I'm going to hurt my head right now. You know what I did do? I took a picture. I kept a picture of him and his wife on my phone. So then I could stop thinking about him. Anytime I wanted to, I could remember that that's it. And that's what you do that's brainwashing yourself. It's forcing yourself to see things differently. That was trying to control the feelings, trying to force it. Don't look at him. Look at him like this. Really? Yeah. I hate this journey with him, but I have to be grateful because if he didn't come, I promise you, he was the start of all of this. And if he didn't, I would have never woke up. Out of all the people and everything I forgot, why can't I just forget him? But then you think about it, it's like there had to be somebody you couldn't forget. There's people from my past, and especially my ex-husbands, that watch, and they watch with such anger because they didn't mean that much, and I mean, and they're nothing in my story. They spent decades with me, and they mean nothing to me. But then there's these strangers out there that have changed my world, that mean so much to me. I wish it would just stop, but the stoppage is asking for me to stop being better. So that's not even true. I did that again, like I said, as I went to God and the fucking, the divine laws and asked for, the breaking of these contracts so I could just be free from it. But the ultimate thing is I have to be healed from what has been done. And through my healing, I can teach the world how to heal. If I don't heal, then I just stay sick. And as much as I look like I'm healed, I assure you, give it a good Friday and somebody walk up and trigger the shit out of me and I'm completely unhealed again. I don't have control over it. I just try to. And there's so many areas of my life that I have to monitor and keep on track to this new way of being that it's a constant. It's like, dude, I can't worry about you. I gotta spend all day caring for me. There wasn't actual scientific or medical care I could have ever got that would have been able to do what I did. I would have never got that. You know what I mean? In terms, there just isn't. Not to what I documented and stuff. I learned about what they called as parts therapy for people like me and shit. But there's no documented cases, not fully, other than Sybil, of, recovery. There's lots of movies about people with personality disorders, but not recovery. And that's what makes all of this. It would have been just a simple documentary where I recovered, but the way that I did it through spirituality is it opened up doors way past that. And that's where the beginning starts. It's like, look, guys, you've been watching me work on my conscious for 6 weeks, and now I'm getting into the unconscious, and weird shit is happening. I'm having an intuition. I'm having fucking understandings. I'm getting guides. I'm getting all this stuff. I started doing necromancy. Once I got past my mind, and that's what I'm trying to teach you in these last couple of videos, is once you get past your mind, bro, it's infinite. But there's no other way. There's been no other documented way of reaching God any other way other than mind altering experiences, which usually are drugs. But we alter the mind to have that experience, and it's permanent when you're not using drugs. I didn't mean for this. I was just trying to figure out what was wrong with me. That's it. You know what I mean? God bless, amen. How did you end up like this? Just trying to figure out my mind. Got me here. And that's what made me a spiritual psychoanalyst, is because the mastering of my mind gave me the ability to help you other people master theirs. And it gave me a master understanding of how the mind works without spending, you know what I mean, 10 to 20 years in college. And by doing that, it also gave me, a PhD, and not, I wouldn't say full terms of psychology, but at least spirituality. Because once you got past the conscious mind, you got into the unconscious, which is that of spiritual world. With the help of Metatron, I'm able to put it into the scientific and medical terminology that makes it acceptable and digestible and is written in books. But while this was happening, I was making jokes. I was looking for Gandalf and a priest that didn't touch children to figure out what was wrong with me. I went looking for answers, and that's what it means. You become a seeker of the truth. There was no answers to this in my Bible. I found a different book. The first book that became my next Bible was Reclaiming Your Dark Goddess by Flavia K. Peters, The Alchemy of Transformation. After I finished that book, we needed more guidance and more, and that's why we have all this. Now, what's interesting is it's not linear where we keep pushing forward. Yeah, in small increments, but mostly the way to get forward is to keep going through the past. And that's the repeat of time and seasons, the highlights of the 12 houses. It was the perfect combination for this bullshit. And what's most important is in alchemy, this is the most important thing for all of you. Alchemy takes pain and suffering and turns it into empowerment and healing for not just themselves but others. It's really the foundation of what alchemy is. They learn to harness their darkness and turn it into light. That's what all dark practitioners are trying to do. They're tapping into their darkness, their hurt feelings, their animosity, their hate, their love, their vengeance, and all this, and they're trying to use it in a magical force to make their lives better. They know that the idea is behind harnessing your darkness and projecting it into this world, but they don't know how to alchemize it into, to transmute the darkness into a lighter thought, which brings in abundance. They're putting out darkness, so they're getting darkness. We take the darkness that we already have, nothing more than our dark feelings, and we alchemize them into something light, which would be something like me and Marshall can take our words and alchemize them into a hit song. We can take our pain and our suffering and we can transform this into a piece of art. That's what Russ is always trying to do, but he hasn't actually faced the pain and darkness. He's just trying to make art out of it. You call this art? For people that vibe with him, that is art to them. I'm just saying, I'm not on that vibration. Realistically, So there's a lot to be said there because your memories are just your impressions of your experiences. The memory holds the impression. So you can go back to you can go back to that moment through this impression, and the point of it is to change your impression on this moment so that this moment doesn't just keep rising to the surface. You've made it important. The memories that surface in me that are important are the ones that are harming me. All the rest of them are not important. I don't need those memories. The ones that I haven't dealt with are the ones that resurface. After you gain the knowledge and wisdom, like, guys, we went through school. How many of those? We went for 9 months out of every year for however, if all of you guys went through all 12 grades, say you only went through 8 of them. Who gives a shit? You went for like forever. How much of that do you remember? It doesn't matter. You don't have to remember those days. The information you got from them, the wisdom is still stored inside of you. You don't have to remember the day to access the information. We go back to memories because we can't access the information yet. After you got the information from that, you no longer need the memory. The memory is just the impression. You need to keep reliving the impression. You need that impression to access the information. So I don't have to remember who taught me what, just the fact that I know it. I don't know how I know this, I just know it. If I think real hard, maybe I'll remember where I learned this. Doesn't matter who taught me, just that I know it, and we move on. Really? Yeah, but as I say that, I'm seeing Mexico. I learned a lot in Mexico. Those women, it's just a bunch of women. They left me with women. I'm supposed to be a wife. I'm 15. He says, she's my wife. And they look at me as their new project, and they're going to make a fucking la huerita. They're going to make me a wife. I can remember sitting there doing his laundry by hand. It's Mexico. I have to wash this shit outside. And his big ass Ben Davis's size 40 with the crease. Trust me, his waist was probably a 22. There's no need for that. It was just a look in California. I'm sitting there scrubbing this shit. And I'm like, why do I have to wash his clothes? I don't understand why he can't wash his own clothes. I remember having this battle when I was 15 doing it. And I'm just doing what they tell me to do, but I'm still questioning it. Why can't he wash his own clothes? Why do I have to do this? That didn't matter. I could question it, but they were teaching me how to be a wife. I was taught since 15 how I was supposed to treat him. They were making me, you know what I mean, what they wanted for him. And so you can imagine how pissed off they were when I left him. They spent all those years teaching me how to cook and clean and talk Spanish so that I could be his perfect little bitch. And then I left him. When Bobby comes back all those years and asks me what I want, I'm like, I've been trained to be a perfect fucking wife. I just want the husband that goes with this stupid package. I really thought I had it all in me until I got into this journey and realized how fucking sick I was. I was like, Jesus, how did I make it through that? Quiet, bro. I didn't say shit. And then I would break. I would open up at the mouth, and I think that's what got me beat a lot. I probably called him a bitch once or twice. See that fucking me up. I remember telling the first baby daddy in the middle of pump and dump that he was boring. I completely remember saying that to his face while he was on top of me. That couldn't have ended well. That probably started all the cheating. It's like, how did this happen? What did I do? I'm not saying I didn't do anything, but I know that I tend to get tired of shit and just really set shit on fire. And that's what people would say. I'd be like, what happened? They'd be like, you fucking went crazy and just talked all kinds of shit and we never saw you again. That was the most common answer I heard. I'd find people and be like, what happened? Why don't we talk no more? Oh, you went crazy on us and you just never came back around. I was like, okay, so I burn bridges, huh? I talk a lot of shit and never come back, huh? All right, what else do I do? And that's that funny moment. There's this movie. It's called Overboard with just old actresses and stuff. Anyways, she falls off her ship and she gets amnesia. And they put her name on the fucking news, and this dude goes and he claims her and he convinces her that that's his wife and these are her kids. And she's sitting there with her clothes that he just gave her. And she's like laying there on the couch and she's like, "So I'm a fat whore, huh?" Wow. And that's just kind of how my memories are. I'm like, okay, so I'm a whore, huh? I'm a this, huh? I was that. I can't even make it up, dude. I'm doing Lyft, and I go to pick someone up at the Players Club, and all of a sudden I have the memories. I know this club. I used to work in this club. I was a stripper in this club. I'm like, oh my God. I literally remember the layout. I remember my locker. I remember going to the back of the club and having cigarettes. I'm like, oh my God, I was a stripper. Oh God, I have the memories to prove it. I probably have it in my tax form somewhere too. God damn it, me. Yeah, it's not something you really want to tell people. When was that? I don't know. I don't know.
You won't tell anyone. You're flexible.
She said, I'm flexible. I don't remember learning how to ride a pole. I just know I worked at a strip club. Jesus
Maybe you're
Christ.
just great.
I always had a thing for lingerie. All right. Lingerie and high heels. Moving on. It's like, oh, I think I know where this comes from. Maybe I just took my lingerie and high heels to the club. Sounds more like me. Where'd that come from? Trying to be pleasing to men so they weren't cheating. Trying to be what they wanted. Really? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That didn't get me too far. And that's where it is like, I don't want to do that again. I don't want to be everything you want me to be and you're never happy and I'm just over here playing dress up and I hate this life. I'm just sitting here, hating this whole situation. That's what comes up to me when I think about marriage and stuff. And that's why it's so chaotic. It's like, how did you go from this to that? It's the heart, bro. And as again, I hate you. I fucking hate you for doing this to me. But at the same time, it's like, look how far I am. I'm about to get a house and I'm really close. And, I'm almost there to having sex and shit, like lots of great sex and shit. Like there's so many possibilities. I'm not mad that I did this. It's just, this has been unbelievable. And realistically, I get to a point where it's like, I don't want to remember anything else. I'm good. But I have to keep remembering. And that's why I tell you guys, I preach it to you because that's what I do. Is you go back and you reflect. Let the memories come to you. Don't go looking for them. The right memories, the right things you need to revisit will visit you. They won't stop haunting you. Really? Yeah. I'm going to end on this note. In the awakening, I was having a really rough time with Russ. It was really rough. And he had done this thing, right, on the 818 portal. He did his release of Santiago, and he came out of the closet with this album and with this girlfriend. And by then, like I turned to all of my twin flames at that moment. I was like, did you guys know he had a girlfriend? I didn't know I had a girlfriend. And I had been stroking this dickhead's ego for a long time. So I felt really fucking stupid when this moment happened. But I just shut down and acted like I don't know. And the Holy Spirit kept trying to replay this memory over and over and over for months. And I'm like, are you trying to make me hurt about some shit? Are you trying to make me upset? Like, are you trying to piss me off? Are you trying to make me cry about this? They had to keep showing me forever that I was even hurt. It took forever for me to actually realize I was hurt by what he did. And that is very, I have to go back to those videos and watch them, and it's going to be intense because that right there showed everybody my ability to shut off. I shut off so perfectly, and it was captured by everyone. I should have had every kind of response in the world. I should have cried. I should have screamed. I should have thrown a fit. I should have there should have been a natural response to his actions. I had every reason to be hurt by what he had just did, but I didn't let it come out. It festered as anger and disgust, but it didn't come out as hurt. And that's how I made it through life. I'd act like shit didn't hurt me and just go on. And to the best of my knowledge, it didn't until it would come up later. And really, it never did. I didn't know I was hurt. I had no idea that I had been through anything. I knew that I had been through domestic violence, and I didn't really speak on that. I knew I had an abusive childhood and that there was a lot of drugs and shit, and I didn't speak on that. I knew some things that I just didn't speak on, but mostly I didn't know I was hurt. I just figured I was pissed off. I looked pissed off. I looked just angry. Everybody just thought I was a bitch. Nobody would have guessed I was hurt, that I was filled with tears. If you even saw me cry, that would be, I was either crying because I was so angry. It was never just hurt. I didn't even know I was hurt. And that's really what it is like I don't even know that things bother me until I'm faced with it. And it's not a bother, it's overwhelming by that point. But that's where the emotional maturity comes, and it comes from facing each emotion maturely and allowing it to come out. I'm devastated when it's happening. It's really embarrassing, bro. It's really embarrassing to watch me act. But I have to let myself be that, because that's, first off, who I really am, without any training or any nurturing or any guidance. And it's like, don't make me be the old me. It's like, uh, the old me is very, very cutthroat, dude. To see the Empress me, to see me open up, to see me be vulnerable, to see me give myself chances, to see me be forgiving, to see me, you know what I mean? All of that, that's the growth, dude. Because that was, you didn't see this. They saw something, you know what I mean? The Lisa, and people still see it when I walk by. I can tell by the way that the energy they give, it's still the same energy. You know what I mean? Like, they see something. They don't see me. They see the skin I wear, they see the clothes that I wear, something. My makeup on certain days, something. But it's not me. It's just how I dress. And that's where I try to teach you guys, you're not your thoughts, bro. Wait till you figure this out, that your conscious is just a singular part of your being. You can choose to be the ego self, which is your conscious self, or you can discover who's underneath the ego, who's hiding behind that ego. And that's the most beautiful person. And that's where I look to Marshall. You'll never really hear me call him Eminem. That's just his ego. That's what you guys know. You don't know Marshall. You know his ego. You know his altered egos, which is Eminem and Slim Shady. But you are barely starting to see it. And it's like, as I started speaking on it and telling him that I saw the real him and how beautiful he was, he started to feel safe to show himself. But he'll still hide behind Eminem. But you can tell as he steps out, he's not the same. He's not Eminem. You know him as Eminem, but that's not who you're seeing anymore. And that goes back to Kanye. Kanye told you he was somebody else, and you can see it. He's not the same person. The question is Kanye a better person, or did he create an altered version of himself to, like the rest of us, to hold in the pain and suffering, to be the hard guy? You know what I mean? Like, I had to create a persona inside of myself and push outside of myself to protect myself. That's where Slim Shady came from, right? So then you look at P. Diddy. P. Diddy changed himself how many times to recreate himself, to hide himself from what he was, to be something better than what he was. Russ may not change his name, but he tries to rebrand or change his identity. As he said, I'm trying to express different parts of my life through my commercials. You're an infomercial for sure. What are you selling? This hair product. How much is this shit gonna cost, bro? I might buy it just to fucking talk shit about it. Realistically, and if it doesn't smell good in your hair, then I really don't want it. You know I have luscious hair, right? Like God gave me beautiful hair. It can be curly or straight. I have that beautiful. What do you call my hair, Amelia?
2B.
I have a 2B. What is 2B? I don't know.
Because 2, 3, 1B, sorry.
It goes to the
1C
consistency of
is
your
like
hair.
wavy. You don't have that much wavy.
I don't have that much waves.
And then everything after C is black hair.
I don't have
Like
black hair, but I have
boils.
I have ethnic hair and it's beautiful. And I'm really excited to hear you're stupid. That's what I gave him all fucking year long. I've been telling him for 2 years to cut his hair. What does this guy do? He comes out with a fucking hair product and fucking big old vagina face. Why do you keep telling him that? I'm not trying to make him ugly. I think he would look beautiful with a man haircut. And I think he would look beautiful if he fucking, you know what I mean? If he,
Maybe you see CJ.
uh, Albert Einstein, you mean? With all that hair? It's definitely not native hair.
Einstein cheated on his wife.
Oh, that's nice. Albert Einstein was gay?
No, his cousin was a girl.
Oh. Oh, he's a cousin fucker? Is that what you said? I thought you said husband.
No, he cheated on his wife.
The pickings were slim in those days, I suppose. I don't even want to talk about incest. Jesus Christ almighty. Let's not talk about that. I mean, we could. Definitely. It runs in my children's father's family. Not something.
Touched me when he took me.
What if he.
It's always been a big fear of mine, so he touched me.
Ooh. Well, if he did, it's done. It would have been a long time ago, but I don't think you should cast that fear on him. Let's hope not. Just hope for the best. That's all. So that's all we can do is hope for the best. Well, this went all different directions. The memories, traveling down memory lane will take you into the dark night of the soul. Depending on how dark you go, you can leave the human experience and go and do some serious soul searching. And it goes through that. And it's tragic and whatnot, but it's very mystical. And it's part of it. It's like you have to understand this. And that's what I was like, like Bobby and all the rest of them, they have to understand that this is the real truth of what I am and what I do. I'm a hurt person and I'm constantly pushed into healing. And I use that healing as a purpose to heal other people. And that's where it is. The true power of what I'm able to produce to you is the true power of what I do for myself. And the proof is in the pudding. Wait till you see the old me. God, so dangerous. That bitch. And that's how I know. When I'm in the ego, how do you know if I'm in the ego? I start calling people bitches a lot. I can catch myself when I'm in the ego. I'm like, oh, your ego is flaring. You're being too egotistical. And that's why I don't put on solar plexus chakra oil. Why? Because I have an ego inside of me that is full of confidence and outlandish, and I think I'm the shit and I will fucking squash you. This is just by nature. I don't really suffer from that. You know what I mean? When I was going through uncertainty and I didn't know who I was, I needed some self-confidence to rebuild myself from the things that I was witnessing about myself. But this far in the game, it's like, do you know what I've been through, bro? Like, you think I give a shit about who the fuck you are and what the fuck you're talking about and your small ass fucking feelings that you can't cope with? Do you know what kind of feelings live inside of this body? Do you know what kind of fucking darkness I've seen? Do you know what kind of things I've endured? And you want to run around here being a fucking hateful little bitch? Wonder why I call you bitch. Bitch. See? And that's when you know I'm in my ego. You hear it about twice, you know I'm getting flared up in my mind. It's kind of prideful, boastful. That's not very spiritual. But where does that come from? Alchemizing. It's like you would have never expected that I was running through the streets of Tijuana and I was fucking running packs across the border and I was doing all these weird things at 16, 17, 18 years old. And that's because I tried to hide them from everybody, the things I've seen and done. But then the stories come out and it's like, dude, she's a never ending novel. It's not funny. It was really my life. It's not a story, dude. And it really kind of hurts. They're great stories, but there's a person on the other side that has to cry at the end of the night about this story. It was my life. And just as Pac, it's like, man, yeah, I had a fucked up childhood. I don't tell the same story as Marshall, but damn, that shit sucked. That shit sucked. In order for you to have a better childhood than mine, I really don't got to do much. Just protect you. That's all I got to do. Something my mom failed to do. Fuckhead. Oh, they're getting high all the fucking time. Fucking dumbass. You're like, don't you hate her? Nah, I don't hate my mom. I don't hate my exes. Oh God, they really bother me though. Oh God, both of them. Either one of them tried to talk to me. I really can't. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God, the very idea. I'm thinking about my kids. I gotta call them for Christmas. Their stupid ass dad will be there. Tell her I love her. He does that all the time, bro. He's oh God. Don't make me think about your mustache. He's so nice to my kids and everything. I can't stand that guy. It's like you're gonna hate him because he wasn't a great father at 15. I'm gonna hate him because he's a loser at 42. I don't really hate him.
I don't hate you. I just hate your actions.
That's it. I don't hate you. I just hate the things you
I'd
do.
go to Dad's funeral if he was dying. I hated his actions.
He will die before me. That's for sure.
You'll probably get a hospice call.
Who the fuck's gonna call us?
Hospice. They'll call their families and stuff.
I'm not his family.
He might tell them to call you.
I'd like to hope his family doesn't call to tell me. I think I'd probably hear it through Mr. Plum. That's the only time we talk about that guy. I'll send my prayers and best wishes.
They do that a lot with kids too, with no contacts. They'll be like, I can call them, but there's no guarantee that they'll come. And they got all mad at the hospice workers because they can't.
He's been abusing drugs and alcohol for a long time, dude. And he does some seriously mixes, dude. I can't imagine what that's gonna do to his body. It's not gonna. His body's gonna fall apart from that shit. Realistically, I don't know. It's not to say I didn't do drugs. I have my stories of doing drugs, for sure. I did my years of drugs, but you keep pounding in all kinds of poisoning into your life for long periods of time. It's gonna have effects, and that's just it too. It's like, that didn't work out so well. Really? Yeah. Dark Night of the Soul, memories, reflections, healing, and introspection. I'm just like, it's quiet. I'm seeing Wolfman. I had posted a lot about Wolfman. I was reminded, he was part of the autistic. He was something that I was very blown away by. But the more I started digging into him, the more I realized he wasn't like me. What I failed to see is he was studying to be someone like me. No, he hadn't reached that level. Nobody had. And throughout his, you know what I mean? I found it as competition. I felt like he was robbing my information and trying to compete and using it to make himself bigger on his page. I was projecting on him because that's what I was used to everybody doing. They all do it. Down every tarot reader that I've ever tagged, you know what I mean, watches me and makes videos. Where do you think Joe Bart is getting his ideas from? You know what I mean? I tag them and they're intrigued and then they get addicted and they use this as inspiration for their own content, which I'm not supposed to be angry about. But when you do it like Russ in such a slimy way and take my whole words and shit, or like Mike Stud and put it on a fucking t-shirt, you feel like you're being robbed and raped and cheated out of your whole experience. And that's what I said. It's like you took my tears and my suffering and put it on a fucking album and went on tour. And I'm over here, you know what I mean, literally still healing from it. And you're over there telling everyone that you're an alchemist and that you're all these great things and you figured this all out. Oh my God, going back to Will Smith, choke that motherfucker out. Since the beginning, I tagged that bitch. Pac had me go after that bitch in the beginning. He'd been watching all those years, and he comes out with this song called The Dark Night of the Soul. I was honored in the beginning until I looked back and I realized you stole the words. You didn't do the work. That's what infuriates me. Do the work and share this and share the good word. But don't sit there and try to fucking, you know what I mean? Use this works to make you better. And that's what Tree's doing right now. Trying to use Jesus's name to make himself big in the music. What the fuck? With your auto tunes. You're not even being honest about what God made you. You haven't come clean about your sins. You're just over there trying to fucking make it big, trying to be the same thing. Stupid. Really? Yeah. It goes back to, the fizzle of fucking NF's fucking, you know what I mean, #1 fucking album. 6 songs and nothing heard, huh? 6, 7. I'm so tired of that saying. I'm so tired of that saying. I'm glad somebody explained it to me, but I'm tired of it now. Can we move on, please? Really? Yeah. That's all you came up with. I didn't even listen to that shit. Did anybody listen to that shit? No, we don't listen to your albums anymore. It's irrelevant bullshit. But what were you coming out? You were talking about your fucking trials and tribulations of being a father. You look like you're doing just fine doing it. Can't be that difficult to be a billionaire father in fucking Tennessee with a wife that does everything, that cooks everything from fucking scratch. Scratch my back type bitch. I think you're a little ungrateful, bro. I think you're trying to blow things out of perspective to make people, you know what I mean? You're doing it for the manipulation of views. You're trying to manipulate, you know what I mean? Struggle into making it look good. I blame you, Marsha Mathers, for this. I blame you for a lot of the fucking music that's out there. It's like you did this and they tried to use your recipe. And now we got all these people blowing out fucking exaggerated, false, created fucking childhoods and manhoods. Manhoods. It's like, dude, that's what my spirit guides say. There's nothing faker out here than a bunch of rappers trying to pretend to be fucking men and thugs and fucking gangsters. Can't none of you go to the streets that I go to. And I could still go down them despite whatever I may have did or didn't do. I made sure of it. I didn't get through this by the, you know what I mean? That's it. It's like they remember me. They remember me. And I'm memorable. I might not remember the fuck your name, bro, but you remember who the fuck I am. If you ever met me, you remember me. I am an unforgettable person. Absolutely. Are you? Am I going to forget you? Am I going to forget I ever knew you? Did you make such an impact in my life that was changing? Life altering? Think about that. And that's what it is like, what kind of impact do you have on people? What do they think about you 10 years from now when they run into you or when they see your face? They remember who you were back then, not who you are now. Imagine their surprisement when they find out I'm a priestess and I'm a whole witch. They were terrified of me before. Now they're very scared. They thought I was crazy before, and now they think I'm a whole psycho. Until they watch me and they're like, oh, fuck, dude, she's really good at this. Do you think she's got powers? They lay there in their bed. Do you think she really has powers? Do you think she really talks to God? Do you really doubt me? That's what you're doing at night, is doubting my abilities? Go back to doubting your own. Don't doubt mine. And that's what it is. It's like, how long do you got to see this, dude? How long is your mind going to question? It's like, am I real? Are you real? Are you a real boy? They do. People are like, do you think she really knows? How many things have I gotten wrong in my predictions? I'm sorry, did the Lions win that game? Do you guys want to know who wins the Bronco game on Christmas? I bet you do. I'm not going to let you. Why? Because you're going to use it to fatten your pockets, not your faith.
No,
that's all that's supposed to be. So what do you think?
I was right about the Chiefs.
The Chiefs?
Who are they playing against?
I don't know. I just know they're playing.
Well, they've been really good so far, so I believe
You believe that the Broncos are going to win?
they have a chance.
Everybody has a chance to win.
I'm gonna say a 6.
And if you don't win, that doesn't make you a loser.
It
It just means you didn't win. That's all that means. A loser is a loser mentality. Come on, you fucking losers. Get on the bus. We're going to go lose another game next week. Damn. Is that how we looking at it? I mean, if you didn't win, you're a loser, right? Is that the mentality?
Not true. I never won anything.
Is Lewis a loser because he hasn't won a race in like 2 years? Or he gets to be a winner forever because of all the races he did win? I don't know. It has nothing to do with his external. Is he a winner? Is his soul a winner? Or is his person a winner? And that goes back to whoever keeps, who's ever at the end of the fucking, I haven't watched Formula One like for a long time, but whoever keeps losing in last place, are they the biggest loser?
No, they just happen to be there.
Is that a person that can't win just because that car will never go past the back of the field? Does that make that person a loser or just driving a losing car?
Or they just, it's like getting third place.
Are you a loser, Lewis, because you can't win a race? Are you driving a loser car? Or does God just not want you to win in this field? And that's where he can be like, well, Charles can win in this car, so it's not the car. It must be me. I'm a loser. Are you a loser by nature? Or are you just losing? Are you doing anything different to lose? Or just God put you in a losing position? And no matter what you do, he's not going to let you win. Does that make you a loser? Because God won't let you win? Something to think about. All right. Well, I love you losers and winners, and stop competing to begin with and stop comparing. It doesn't matter if you're what's the difference between Lewis and the rest of the fucking people that didn't win? He tried harder. No, he did it in a cooler car. Come on. He said it was his dream to drive a Ferrari. Is this how you saw it? Is this how you saw it? Oh, man, this is so terrible. That's what happened to Vettel. That's what happened to Kimi. That's what happened to anybody. Fucking Carlos, you get in those fucking Ferraris, bro. They fuck up your life. You automatically become a fucking retired driver. Ferraris are for retired men like Russ. Those 3-wheel motorcycles for old men, for men that can't drive a 2-wheeler. I love making fun of Russ. Oh, God, Russ. If it isn't you that I lay in bed making fun of with you, me and my husband it's going to be you that I die from. I know it. I've already said it. If not, I'm manifesting the shit out of it. Somebody's going to remind me of these days at 99 years old, and I'm going to go to laugh at you just like that, and I don't even have it in me to laugh at you again. There is nothing funnier to me on this world than you. Well, in that post, too. That post I just posted was pretty funny. Russ is a constant joke. I can think about Russ any time of the day and just start laughing at his ass. Super funny. I'm never, ever, ever going to forget the Pirate of the Caribbean tour. That's my... I cannot. We just begun. What kind of weird things are you going to do in the next fucking 35 years, Russ? God. Just when I think you can't get any weirder, bro, you be just on the weirdest shit, bro. It's so funny. God. Do you have a person like that in your life that just makes you laugh so obnoxiously, like you can't stare at them because they're just the biggest dork? That used to be my brother. We'll just call Russ that guy now. Yeah, my brother would make me laugh incredibly. He was a dork. He made jokes about everything. Russ is a walking joke. Why are you laughing at him? He just bought a Ferrari for Christmas, a purple one. What grown man is running around in a purple Ferrari? Is that for your girlfriend? Or you bought that for your mother?
He likes
I'm just saying. Are you accusing him of being gay? I mean, that's the only thing I don't accuse him of. He could be. A bitch could be. And never leave Russ out of the conversation. Well, that's how I got here. And that's how you're going to have to do it too, is go through yourself. You can't go through me to get to God. I can bring God to you, but I'm not your connection, and I won't be here forever to give these messages. The message is how to connect, not to be your connection. Damn it. I got to get you all plugged to God so you don't need me as the middleman. Really? Really. Hey, I love you guys. Have a good night, and happy Christmas Eve. That's what tomorrow is. Hey, just a reminder, Christ was not born in December. You can verify that. It's not true. So as you go to celebrate Christ's birth, remember what you're celebrating, and that's not even what's happening right now. And we're not giving people gifts because Christ was born. That's none of this makes sense. Really? No, I just want you to be aware of, don't mix the belief systems. Okay? Make sure you understand that this is all bullshit as you participate in this bullshit ass act. And just know it's an act. And if you feel obligated to go to church, okay, that's an act too. You can act that way any Sunday.
It's
I'm
like
just
those
saying.
people who give those fake dollar bills on Easter that are like 5 barrels instead of $50. Like, and then everyone's
That's
mad.
what everyone's gonna do. They're gonna dress up as Christians on fucking Christmas. They're all gonna dress up as Christians. Every church will be the fullest on Christmas. The fullest. Get it? The fullest. Oh. Hey, I love you guys. This is nothing against Christians. Just be more Christ-like. Laters. Bye-bye.